Good morning. As we continue with the lessons that I have learned this year, I'll read the book of Genesis, chapter 50, from verse 18 to 21. And the Bible says, "Then his brothers also went and fell down before his face, and they said, 'Behold, we are your servants.' Joseph said to them, 'Do not be afraid, for am I in the place of God? But as for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, in order to bring it about as it is this day, to save many people alive. Now therefore, do not be afraid. I will provide for you and your little ones.' And he comforted them and spoke kindly to them." Now this was after Joseph had revealed himself to his brothers in Egypt, as you know, when they had come to buy food. And what this reminds me is sometimes there are so many things that happen to us, and we look at the situations in life and we feel like this was meant to put me down, this was meant to destroy me, this was meant to just finish me. But the one thing that I've come to realize with God is that God is a constant. And he never means evil for anyone. The only surprising thing about him is that he can use both evil and good to bring about what he wants to bring about, or for his own glory. And to think that Joseph would have to go through slavery, be thrown, into jail, for him to eventually get to this point where his brothers would bow before him, as was in the dream, brings out a different character of God altogether. And I can't help but think about the process. And so many of us have gone through difficult times, and especially this particular year of 2024. And that was just but a process. God was molding us. God was making us better. God was just preparing you for where he is taking you. Maybe if Joseph had been picked directly from his father's house into leadership, he would not have handled his brothers the way he did in this case. Maybe he would have been full of himself, telling them, "God had already shown this to me." But God shows this to him, causes his brothers to get jealous, sends him off, as a slave. And eventually this happens. And what I love about this man is he did not show off before his brothers. He knew that this had nothing to do with